My name is Ines Giramata and I'm an artist. Rwanda is the white to our eyes, the black to our hair, the brown to our skin, and the red to our lips. Rwanda is not just a place, it is who we are.
My name is Angel UWAMAHORO and I'm an artist. You make us so proud to be Rwandese, so proud that our bodies ache, itch, for us to tattoo it somewhere on our skin, in case you can't feel it from within. Di Umunyarwanda. So what happens before that?
Maybe 9 years ago, like in beginning of high school in grade 7, I was just going through like a hard time, and then my friend introduced me to this really famous poet called Genetics, and then he said, you know what, you could write down the things that you feel, and then when you feel ready, you could like say to someone and just pretend like, I don't know, like it's like psychiatry. It's something for you to do. And then I got into it like that, and I started writing what I felt, what I wanted people to hear. A lot of the poems that I write are like on Rwanda. My inspiration is the country in itself, the improvements that we see every day. Every time I come back home, there is something new. The women of Rwanda, the men of Rwanda, the children and the youth, those kind of things, they just inspire me to be better. When I go abroad and I hear people talking about how Rwanda has become so big, has done so much, is doing so much more, it's like, well, this is my inspiration. I want to talk about this.
How did you guys hook up and start working together?
It was in the States, and we were getting ready to do the 21st commemoration, 20th commemoration of the genocide against the Tutsi, and we got a call from the embassy, and they wanted me to come up with a poem, but they said that there were some people who had already contacted them who wanted to get involved somehow. So they asked me if I was willing to be to work with them, and I said, yeah, sure. So surprisingly, I'd never met Natasha Muhoza or Ines Giramata, and through the embassy, we were able to come together and come up with a poem for that commemoration.
I learned so much from her, so it's in my best interest to stay with her so I can learn so much.
No, but I feel like we worked so well together, and we all brought so many different kind of energies together, and we understood each other, and we just really completed each other, so there was no reason not to stay together.
Listen, my people were tired of pretense. They knew the journey ahead was intense,
but they disregarded their dreams.
Joined forces and made teams.
It was time to silence their people's screams.
They had no heroes to call on,
because Batman was too busy,
and Superman was scared,
and no one else cared.
So we had to become our own heroes.
Well, I'd always been active, I guess, as an actress, since I was a kid, doing talent shows and things like that. But I started writing when I was around 13, 12, and I never really performed my poetry. I just kind of used to keep it. And I remember at one point I was actually discouraged. Somebody read my writing, and it's not that good. And then somewhere down the line, somebody else read it, and they're like, no, this is really good, and you should try and go and perform it at Spoken Word Rwanda. I'm like, what is Spoken Word Rwanda? They're like, oh, it's this new, poetry platform, that some ladies came up with, and you should definitely do it. I'm like, okay, so I tried it for the first time, and when I did that, I was hooked. I believe, like, as an artist, I have a unique platform. It's a platform that influences change, that can touch people's heart, that can allow the community or whoever I'm performing for to ask themselves, questions. So I really want to use the platform I have to send messages that can bring about positive change, to empower. I really want, as an artist, I want to use my platform as something that can definitely bring about positive change.